This is the National Briefing with me, Kelly Nash, and all the information you need. Well, maybe not all of it, but a lot of information that you're going to need today to get your day started. First, we go to the breaking news last night. Tennessee was having a battle. We have a far-left loon who hates country music going up against a war hero. And again, the Democrats poured millions into a special election, and they're they're very happy with the results, as you can hear from ABC News.
The Republican Matt Van Epps won the special election for the state's 7th congressional district, keeping the seat red, but he only won by 9 points in a district that President Trump carried by 22 points last year. Democrats say the writing is on the wall for a blue wave next year. One party official saying Republicans should be, quote, shaking in their boots.
I like that. You know what? Put the Republicans on notice. Let's not comment on the fact that it's a special election, so the only people voting are really, really into politics because there's nothing else on the ballot. You just got to go and vote for one race. And thankfully, enough Republicans got off their duff. Typically, they don't. It's usually the left that is more energized, especially when you got somebody like her. What was her name? Like Afton Ben or something like that. And she was talking about how she wanted to change the culture. She didn't like Nashville. She doesn't like country music. She doesn't like police. She wanted to, as close to New York as we can get us. Let's go there. And they were very excited about that. And they poured millions into it. And it came up just a bit short. 9 points. I love the way he said only 9 points. But again, keep the Republicans nervous. Do that. Get them energized because otherwise you're going to get people like that wacko winning elections. Now, this is a message that I have specifically for the Bernie bros. You people who absolutely hate the billionaires and the millionaires and they're taking too much and they're only concerned about the profits. What about the working men and women? Okay, this is a special message for you because it seems like CNN yesterday was celebrating what they thought was a big leftist win.
Costco is taking the Trump administration to court. The big box warehouse club joined dozens of other companies demanding millions of dollars in refunds over tariffs. I want to go live to our senior reporter, Matt Egan in New York right now. Matt, Costco is the latest of several to sue and the biggest one yet. Why now?
Well, Costco says it's suing now because it faces this December 15th deadline where it would risk potentially not being able to get refunds on the tariffs that it's already paid. This is a rare example of a public company willing to do battle with the Trump White House. Now, as you mentioned, dozens of other companies have also sued to try to safeguard potential refunds here. But Costco is easily the biggest of the companies that have sued.
Wow, Costco. You're taking on Donald J. Trump. That's what the American people want. Lower prices. Thank you, Costco. That's kind of the vibe that CNN has. But there's a little problem here. Little problem. Let me just point you to the problem. Go to Costco.com financials. Just take a look. This is their press release, September 25th of this year. So we're going back basically October 1st, right? So all of October, all of November. So 2 months ago. 2 months ago, Costco celebrates one of the most profitable years in their history. Yes, Costco, congratulations. First, for the net sales for the quarter increased by 8%. We're up from $78.2 billion last year to $84.4 billion this year. Okay. I get it. You can push back on that and go, well, the prices were up. That's why the sales have to go up. People are getting less for their money at Costco because Trump is greedy and he's trying to stick it to Japan and all these other foreign countries, China. Everybody's getting stuck. What about the working man and women? Well, Costco, you shouldn't have maybe put this in your report. Income. This is net income for the quarter up. They pocketed $2.610 billion for the quarter. They're making $2.6 billion per quarter. And that's more than they made last year at the same time under Sleepy Joe. What the flip? Costco, and you're suing, in essence, you're suing the American public. Because what you're saying is we want a judge to say that those tariffs are illegal, and then we want to take money out of the treasury and refund it to Costco to make even more billions. Ooh. Could you lower your prices maybe, Costco? Maybe just a little bit? Because again, who's shopping at Costco? The working man and woman. And you bilked us for $2.6 billion. By the way, I'm talking in the essence of a liberal here. I'm not, as a capitalist, I think the prices at Costco are very competitive. I love going to Costco, Sam's Club, Walmart. I go to all these places because I'm always looking for deals, just like most people are. But they're suing us. They want their money back, according to CNN. They've got the guts to stand up. Now, according to Wolf in that story, other companies, and I'll look to NPR. NPR says Costco sues the Trump administration, joining a refund queue. I like where they put that. A queue. What are we in Europe? Is that how we stand in line, in a queue? All right. So who else is suing us? Well, Bumblebee. Now, the Bumblebee earnings for the third quarter of 2025 reported a revenue of $246.16 million. Now, that is a small decrease from the previous year, but Bumblebee, now these are the people, again, makes your tuna and those types of things. Their net profit went up. Bumblebee made $37.34 million on the quarter. And yet they want to sue you and say Trump is stealing from them. How about Ray-Ban? That's another one of the companies. According to this, adjusted net income for the group for the first half of 2025 is up. Now, they report it in euros, which is 1.8 billion euros, which roughly translates into a little over $2 billion of income, net income. That's the profit. That's what they put in their pockets. So all these companies are making literally hundreds of millions and billions and billions. I feel like Carl Sagan, for those of you who remember that old, what was the name of that show he did? I can't even remember it. Back in NPR days, back in like the 70s, billions and billions. They're making billions of dollars, and they're so greedy. They want more. They want more. Look, just to be, again, I am not faulting the companies for suing. I am not faulting the companies for trying to find any way to make more money and put it into the bottom pocket. Revlon is another one. Now, Revlon went private in 2023 because they had to go into Chapter 11, I think, in 2021. So we don't know what their profits actually are for 2025. But we do know that sales increased slightly. According to this, Europol reports 2025 Revlon's sales increased by 225.7%. Revlon, you would think, had a very good year this year. And they're going to sue and say, I want you to give us more money. Again, I'm not faulting them. If there's a way to get more money for your company, go ahead and try to do it. But for all of you leftists who want to complain about the rich getting richer while they're taking advantage of the poor, I better see some corporate boycotts here. We better see George Soros printed signs and busloads of people down at the Costco world headquarters. You're probably not going to be able to get to Ray-Ban because Ray-Ban is, who owns them again? Essilor Luxottica. I guess they're probably in Italy or something. But anyway, yeah, so we're not going to be busing people there. But maybe go stand out in front of a sunglass hut in protest. Let them know. No more money from us. These people. Again, are we going to hear a word from Bernie Sanders? Are we going to hear a word from AOC? Are any of the socialists going to speak up? Or are they, like CNN and Wolf Blitzer, going to praise the intestinal fortitude, the backbone that Costco has shown, standing up to the Trump administration? Are they standing up or are they saying, golly, there might be an opportunity to get a couple of $1 billion out of these people. Let's see if we can do it. That's really what's happening. All right, now you're up to date on what happened last night, what happened yesterday, what's going to happen throughout the rest of the day. Keep it tuned to the National Briefing.